Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's Well. Zoopla's latest house price index is out and it shows positive growth in all areas across 2024 in terms of house prices. The southeast, sadly, not doing so well. So the average across the country is 1.5% growth in prices, but southeast is sitting at a meagre 0.3%. That is quite normal. I think when you had big growth in certain areas and then there's been a correction and it tends to calm down a lot. And the general theme of Zoopla's house price index is that those house prices are moving best where affordability is less of an issue. So obviously in the southeast here, we sit in a very expensive part of the country and it can be difficult for people to move. I think Tunbridge Wells is really, really guilty of that actually. If you've kind of got a 4 bedroom semi with no off-road parking and a decent garden, and you want to go up to like a detached with maybe some off-road parking, a bigger garden, maybe that extra bedroom, you have to lump a lot of extra money in the budget in Tunbridge Wells here. Those property prices go up in big jumps to get to that next level. And so that's the main reason why this property growth has been seen, because Zoopla say that affordability is a lot better thanks to good wage growth. So wage growth has gone up on average 15% over the last 2 years, largely because of obviously inflation, raging away, and employers having to address that, but also a very competitive labour market. And mortgage rates, therefore, are not looking so bad. So we had those horrible rises going through 2022, 2023, and now it's all sort of stabled a bit. So you've got good income growth, more stable mortgage market, which has been quite affordable. So house prices moving in those areas that they can afford, people can afford to make the move. So here in the southeast, that's more of a challenge, I've said, because of those big jumps. So although we will have excellent wage growth down here in the southeast, mainly because we have such a big proportion of the working population that works in the capital, it is still difficult to make those big moves. So their outlook for 2025, they'll think there'll be 1.15 million property transactions. That's slightly above average, and growth of about 2.5% as those mortgage rates calm and that affordability washes through. So let's watch this space. There's obviously big changes coming on in the world of rentals, and I'm going to do a sum up vlog towards the end of the year, not long to go now, where I'll talk about what I think will be the big events of next year, and the Renters' Right Act will be a big one of those. Well, we are still very busy, certainly feeling all that boom of the market. So normally as an agent, you start to calm down probably about the beginning, second week of November, and you are exhausted by this point because the spring market runs from, the second week of January, pauses for about 2 weeks in August, but keeps on raging, rolls straight into the autumn market. And you are on your knees by this point, but it is still phenomenally busy. And one of the things I'm doing a lot of is having review meetings with all my sellers. And the biggest question I get asked at the moment is, should I rest my property over the Christmas period? I've written an article in it for the latest copy of the business. We always have one here. This isn't the latest copy, so look for when this front cover changes. I've done an article on it with the pros and cons. My general thought, if you don't mind the hassle of the viewings, because let's face it, they are an absolute hassle, viewings. There's nothing that gets my goat more than someone who cancels a viewing at the last minute. It drives me potty, I have to say. Not because of us, because obviously we've turned up for a viewing, that's fine. But the effort that sellers have to go to get their house ready for sale should not be underestimated. I am ridiculously tidy. But even I go to a load of effort whenever I'm selling my properties and put straighten towels, and so that really annoys me. So anyway, so if the viewings drive you mad and you've got, Christmas is such a busy time, you've got your tree, your decorations up, you want to kind of relax into family life and you don't want to be worrying about viewings, then, and you're not in a desperate rush to sell, then absolutely you could rest your market. If not, you don't mind the viewings, let's say your property's empty and your kids have left home, so it's less of a hassle tidying up and etc., and you're serious about moving, then I would stay on the market. You can get some very, very serious buyers. At this time of year, you have less competition because a lot of other people are withdrawing their properties. And a lot of people who are sort of making those New Year's resolutions can suddenly find those properties over this Christmas period. But more detail on my article for the business, or if anyone would like to see it separately, do let me know. Well, lots going on in the town. Christmas is definitely around the corner, isn't it? I was delighted that our big reveal window. My ski scene has made it through to the final. So we had the press round on Friday. Thank you so much to Laura in my team for stepping into that, because I was off Christmas shopping for the day. Anyway, thank you so much, Laura. She gave a great interview to the press. Yeah, we're now in the final 12, I think. So please vote for us. We would love to win. We never win. We'd love to win. And it goes so much effort. Millie did my lovely mountain. My son Archie built the second mountain. If anyone wants to see the cable car in action, come in and ask us to turn it on. It's really squeaky and we've tried to oil it and we can't, and it's just really annoying. So anyway, come in and ask us if you want to see that on. We've also got the Mayor's Toy Appeal. So our big basket just down below the steps here, they've had only over 300 requests for presents for severely deprived children this year. It's a fabulous initiative. We are so proud to support it. We love the goodwill it brings when people come into the office with their fabulous toys. So unwrapped, and the hardest age gap they have to fill is boys, kind of early teens. That's a nightmare for them. And they like to give each child 5 presents. So what they do is incredible. So please support that. That would be great. We've obviously got all the farmers market, the new little huts down on the Pantiles, which is very exciting. And next week, I'm going to be doing a roundup for the wonderful My Tunbridge Wells, looking back at the year and looking forward to next year, of kind of some highlights and things that we've seen through the market. So lots going on as we draw to the end of the year. Christmas is definitely coming, isn't it? Schools will be out. My youngest is out next week, so it definitely feels it's around the corner. So whatever you're up to, have a great week. Oh, I should quickly say, I have, in the depths of this busy market, launched a fabulous property on Duncalf Road, which is on that Hollyfields estate, St Peter's outstanding primary school. It's on a guide of 700,000 and it's a gem of a property. The garden, I think, is one of the biggest on the estate. It's got a really, really lovely length to it, and they've put a nice garden studio at the back, beautifully presented, off-road parking, created a really lovely sort of outside store at the back of their carport. Immaculate, beautiful, open plan living. If that is of interest, do give us a call. We'd be happy to help. Anyway, now I will do my roundup. Have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.